Hey guys, right here I have a 2015 Mercedes-Benz GLA 200 CDI Sport. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key. Let's go ahead and start it up first. The GLA gets an electric rack and pinion power steering system. Standard on the Sport trim is a Napa leather-wrapped steering wheel with Sport grips at the 10 and 2 o'clock positions, perforated sections on the sides, and white stitching going around the inner rim. The front-wheel drive GLA 200 CDI, otherwise known by its new name, the GLA 200D, can be paired to either a 6-speed manual or a 7G DCT 7-speed dual-clutch automated manual transmission, which this car is specified with. 7G DCT uses two sets of clutches, clutch 1 controlling gears 1, 3, 5 and 7, while clutch 2 controlling gears 2, 4 and 6. This transmission, which is manufactured by Mercedes themselves, uses a wet clutch setup. 7G DCT aims to give drivers smoother shifts, less lag between shift times, and better fuel consumption over a standard automatic. Due to the nature of the 7G DCT, both a clutch pedal as found in a conventional manual transmission and a torque converter as found in a conventional automatic transmission is not needed. This transmission is routed to the direct select gear lever located to the right of the steering column. To put into drive, put your foot on the brake and pull the lever all the way down. For neutral, if in drive, push up once, and if in reverse, pull down once. For reverse, push the lever up all the way. While in drive, you can select 3 driving modes from a button to the left of the hazard lights switch on the dashboard. The 3 driving modes are Economy, Sport, and Manual. In manual mode, you can use the pedal shifters located behind the top 2 steering wheel spokes to shift through the 7 gears manually. The right pedal upshifts, while the left pedal downshifts. Shifting into reverse activates the standard issue reverse camera that features guidance lines that moves according to the steering wheel. For park, hit the button right at the end of the gear lever. In terms of safety, the GLA Sport comes with 7 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, electronic stability program, anti-skid regulation, attention assist, collision prevention assist, hill start assist, adaptive brake lights, tire pressure monitoring system, an alarm system with immobilizer, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. As usual, let's turn on the hazards, lights, rear fog light, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. Standard on the GLA Sport are a set of 18-inch, 5 twin-spoke alloy rims finished in vanadium silver. The rims on this car are wrapped in Dunlop SP Sport Max GT 235/50 R18 tyres. The brakes are ventilated discs in front and solid discs at the back. The front suspension gets McPherson struts, while the rear suspension gets a multi-link setup. Crossovers are becoming more and more popular nowadays. This body style comes in all sizes, from small to large. The GLA is part of the C-segment crossover category, which means it is not that small, nor is it that big. The GLA competes with other luxury crossovers within its segment, including the BMW X1, the Audi Q3, and the Infiniti QX30, the latter of which is based on the GLA itself. X156 is the codename for the first and current generation GLA, which debuted at the 2013 Frankfurt Auto Show. When the new naming structure for Mercedes crossovers and SUVs was announced late last year, the GLA was not affected as the name was already in line with the new nomenclature. G stood for Geländewagen or off-road vehicle in German, L is the letter that connects G with A, and A signifies the crossover equivalent of the A-Class hatchback. The only change to the GLA's naming structure was the suffix, where diesel engines are now known as D rather than CDI. The GLA 200 CDI gets Mercedes' tried and tested OM651 DE22 LA 2.1 litre diesel engine. This engine displaces 2,143 cubic centimeters, and it features a dual overhead cams, 16 valves, turbo diesel inline-4 layout with common rail direct injection. In the 200 tune, this engine produces 134 horsepower between 3200 and 4000 RPM and 300 Nm of torque between 1400 and 3000 RPM. With front-wheel drive and the 7G DCT, 0 to 62 miles per hour or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour takes 9.9 seconds, and the top speed is 127 miles per hour or 204 kilometers per hour. The fuel tank carries 50 liters of diesel, and the combined fuel consumption for the GLA 200 CDI front-wheel drive with the 7G DCT is 62.8 miles per gallon or 4.5 liters per 100 kilometers. 119 grams of carbon dioxide is emitted per kilometer, and this GLA is front-wheel drive. The GLA went on sale in the UK in December 2013. At launch, trim levels were either SE or AMG Line, and the engine choices includes 1 turbocharged petrol, the GLA 250, and 2 diesels, the GLA 200 CDI and the GLA 220 CDI. Front-wheel drive and a 6-speed manual is only offered on the GLA 200 CDI, with the 4MATIC all-wheel drive system and the 7G DCT standard on the other engines and optional on the GLA 200 CDI. The GLA 45 AMG Performance Crossover was introduced in 2014 with 4MATIC and the 7-speed AMG SPEEDSHIFT DCT as standard. The SE trim was replaced by the Sport trim sometime within the past year or so. A full list of current GLA variants available in the UK is listed out in the description box below this video. Exterior features of the GLA Sport includes automatic manual leveling halogen reflector headlights, automatic wipers, halogen daytime running lights, LED rear lights, LED rear number plate lights, rear fog light, indicators on the side mirrors, body-colored door handles and side mirrors, chrome beltline strips, dark chrome front and rear apron trim, aluminium roof rails, and silver slats with chrome highlights on the front grille. You do have your speaker down there together with some storage as well as the button to operate your powered rear hatch. Right here, you do have your mirror controls, window controls, all of them are fully automatic in both ways, and your window lock. You do have your central locking buttons right next to the interior door handle on the driver's side. adjustable aircon vents, and right next to the headlight switch, you do have the lever to adjust the level of the headlight. Down below, you do have your electronic parking brake, which I'll show you how it works in just a minute. Mercedes-Benz floor mat and door sill for this side. And the driver's seat in this GLA Sport does get full manual adjustments. This knob controls your seat back, this lever controls your seat height, this knob controls your seat inclination, and that lever down there controls your seat position. You do have under seat storage for the driver's side. Alright, so let's go ahead and see how she revs. So, the electronic parking brake is currently engaged. To disengage it, put your foot on the brake and pull the lever out. To engage it, simply push the lever back in. The GLA Sport does get very simple manual air conditioning controls, with all of them located down here. You do have your fan speed to the right knob, temperature to the left knob, front and rear defrost, different modes, recirculation, and your air conditioning button. To the right of the hazard light switch, you have the button to activate or deactivate your auto start-stop system. If you do have the system activated, the engine will momentarily shut off when you arrive at a stop, such as a traffic light or a traffic jam, to save that extra bit of petrol or diesel depending on what the car is running on. And right here you do have your different driving mode selections as mentioned earlier on. You do have a bit of storage down here together with a power outlet. And more storage right here. The GLA Sport does come standard with the Audio 20 head unit that features a 5.8-inch color display, various media connectivity options, and 6 speakers for the sound system. It does take a while for the system to connect to your phone once you turn the system on. I must say, for a stock sound system, the speakers in the GLA do sound quite good. The display right above is actually controlled using your set of controls on the dashboard, but mainly via this knob down here that goes up, down, left, right, scrolls to the left, scrolls to the right, and clicks down for enter. You also do have your return and cancel buttons. And the system works in a 3-tier format, so you do have your main menus right above, your sub-menus down below, and the options for that particular sub-menu on the bottom. Right now, you're in your audio menu. If you push the knob up, you can go to your main menu. And under audio, you do have your radio, which brings you your FM AM menus. You do have CD, USB, and Bluetooth audio streaming. Push the knob down to highlight the sub-menu for the audio, and push the knob down once more to bring up your list of options. Your Bluetooth audio streaming options, you can select your device list, select your device from the device list, adjust your volume, as well as your normal track sequence or random selection of tracks. And you do have your traffic announcements activation down below. You do have your play pause button, your media selection, and your sound system settings with your bass treble, balance, and fader. This car isn't equipped with navigation, so even though the navigation menu is there, it just pops up this message instead. And next up, your Bluetooth telephone menu. Right here you can dial a number, import contacts, delete contacts, and all that. You can even search for telephones, pair a device, and all that. Read your texts, and look at your call lists. And next up, your system menu. You can have the clock full screen or your consumption data full screen. Click the knob down to bring up the menus again. And you do have your display settings with your brightness, automatic day-night mode, your rear view camera options, your language, and various other options. Set your time and date and the format, and turning the display off. And that's about it. Right here you do have your volume and power knob in the middle, seat track buttons, your CD player, it is MP3 compatible, eject button for the CD player, clear button, and right here you do have your Bluetooth telephone keypad. It also doubles up as your 10 customizable stations for the FM AM menus. And right here you do have a list of shortcut buttons with your radio. Disc basically brings you to your different media options, your telephone, navigation, mute, your system menu, and your on-hook off-hook buttons for the Bluetooth telephone system. central locking. On the steering wheel, the right spoke houses your audio controls with your volume, your on-hook off-hook buttons for the Bluetooth telephone system, your mute button, and right here you do have your voice control activation if the car is equipped with voice control. On the left spoke, the up, down, left, right, OK and return buttons control your multi-information display located within the instrument cluster. Up and down goes through the different sub-menus, while left and right goes through the different main menus. Right now you do have your mileage and trip meter, range, instant fuel consumption, eco display, your driving data from the last startup. You do have your distance travel, average fuel consumption, elapsed time and average speed, driving data from the last reset, digital speedometer, and back to your mileage and trip meter. Your navigation menu, audio menu, Bluetooth telephone menu, your driver assist menu, your assistance graphics. You can turn on or off your electronic stability program right here, your collision prevention assist activation, as well as your attention assist activation. Next up, your vehicle information menu with your vehicle messages, tire pressure monitoring system, as well as your service indicator. Vehicle settings with your instrument cluster units, your lights, vehicle settings, and resetting the system back to factory settings. Within that display, you also do have your outside temperature, gear position, your driving mode, and your auto start-stop system indicator. Right above, you do have your digital speedometer in kilometers per hour, as well as your time. As mentioned earlier on the right stalk, you do have your gear lever. On the left stalk, you do have your wiper and indicator controls. And on the bottom left stalk, you do have your cruise control. The steering wheel in this car is tilt and telescopic. You adjust it using this lever right here. You do have a couple of cup holders right here, adjustable center armrest, with storage down below. You also do have your USB port right in there. Manual dimming, rear view mirror, sunglass holder, and your interior lights right above. This one turns on the light at the back. And the driver's side sun visor does get a vanity mirror and a light. Grip handles for the driver's side. Alright. So I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. You do have your speaker down there, together with some storage, and your window control right here. The rear seat backs in the GLA do fold down. They split 60-40 when folding, and to fold them down, first make sure the headrests are all the way down. Then locate the levers on either sides of the headrests, pull it, and flip the seat back down. You can move the seat belt out of the way if you did not want the seat belt obstructing you. I did set the driver's seat to a position that I would feel comfortable in. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. There is a bit of room to stretch out my feet underneath the driver's seat. As for leg room, I do get about this much, and I get about this much headroom. It is actually quite comfortable back here. You do have storage pockets on the front seat backs. A bit of storage right there. More storage down here together with a power outlet. Rear center armrest with cup holders. Your rear interior lights right above. And you do have grip handles on the ceiling with hooks for both sides at the rear. There are actually 3 ways to open the powered rear hatch in the GLA. The first way is via the button inside the cabin. The second way is via a touchpad just above the number plate housing, or below the Mercedes badge, if you will, on the rear hatch itself. And the last way is via the button on the key. Boot space in the GLA measures 481 litres with the rear seat backs in place. This figure increases to 1,235 litres with the rear seat backs folded and the cargo cover removed. There are storage pockets and hooks to hang items on either sides of the boot. To the left of the boot, there is a light that illuminates the area and a power outlet, while underneath the boot floor, there is a storage area. Electronic fuel door, This GLA is equipped with privacy glass for the rear windows and the rear windscreen. Adjustable headrests, front and rear. Right here, some storage down there together with your speaker. Mercedes-Benz floor mat, an illuminated sill for this side as well. You do have a storage pocket to the right of the front passenger footwell, and like the driver's side, the passenger side does have a bit of under-seat storage. The front passenger seat does get full manual adjustments as well, with the same set of adjustments as the driver's side, including your height adjustment and inclination adjustment. Nicely sized glove box. Grip handle for the front passenger. And the front passenger's sun visor does get a vanity mirror and a light as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2015 Mercedes-Benz GLA 200 CDI Sport. Thanks for watching and goodbye.